I had another info request, and that is I'd like to have a report on the nutritional standards that are being offered at each of the Long Beach Unified School District sites where children are eating. And I'm not just talking about what's served in the cafeteria, which is governed in large part by federal standards, but I'm also concerned in large part by ancillary items that are sold on campus, in particular junk food items. I'd like a report on what specifically we are selling, especially in light of the presentation that we've had from Dr. Cortez tonight. But just in general, obesity is an epidemic. Diabetes is an epidemic in LA County, and I'd like to know what Long Beach Unified is doing to try to mitigate the health risks to our children when they're at our site. We've got these kids for 6, 7, 8, sometimes I'm ashamed to admit my daughter's at Kids Club sometimes till 5:30 at night, so sometimes almost 12 hours a day. We need to start looking at what we can do to help children's nutrition. So I'd like a report on that, please. And last, I'd like to ask that Mr. North approach the podium because I have a question about Brown Act violations. The first, and stop me if you want to do one first, there's two questions that I have, Mr. North. The first one is that when you look at the front page of the agenda and shows a closed session, and you have items 3 through 11, we did not discuss all of these different items in closed session. And so I'm wondering, is that, in your professional opinion, is that legal to do under the Brown Act to have this many items that we never discussed in closed session? And I can tell you that every meeting that I've been to since I was sworn in on the board, we've had all these different items, most of which were never discussed in closed session. Can you respond to that one, and then
Sure.
I'll ask you the second question.
And the answer to that is that it's both legal and common to have placeholders in order to notify the public about matters which may be discussed.
Okay. And the other question is, there have been several times that we have, or let me just point to today. We took a vote in closed session today, and we did not, yet it was reported that we did not take any action. And it seems to me that we did take an action, and I'm wondering what the line is between what we're reporting and what we're not, because it seems like these are actions that we should, I'm not saying we should have to report every detail of what's coming out in closed session, but why aren't we at least reporting that we took a vote on an issue?
And the answer to that question is that, and I believe that what President Meyer said was that no reportable actions were taken. There are certain votes which may be taken in a closed session which are not reportable. And if you like, I'd certainly be happy to send you a memo detailing each of those. Some of those may deal with real estate purchases, some with litigation, some with respect to student discipline and so forth. But there are matters which may be discussed and which may be voted on, but which are not reportable.
And I guess I'm just concerned because correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems as if every meeting I've attended as a board member, we have not reported, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, we have not reported a single item out of closed session. Is that not correct?
No, that's not correct. We, in the beginning of the meeting, the president reads a statement that says reportable action, if it was taken, taken, and that the reportable action is at the seat of the secretary, and then is always at the board office, or no reportable action. And we also have a statement that says now that we've changed our card that says any action that was taken, again, is at the seat of the secretary and at the up in the board office.
And I believe it was either the last meeting or perhaps the one before that, there was a reportable action which was reported on by President Meyer.
Okay, I'd appreciate those memos if you could, the memo you offered a minute ago, and kind of giving me some guidelines on how we're operating here.
I'd be happy to.
Thank you, Mr. North.
Well, in addition to that, just a quick question. Student expulsion is an issue that's taken up in closed session and reported out.
Don't vote on it.
And that was also reported on, correct.
The vote was
Right.
open
That's
session.
correct.
It's discussed. There are many items that are discussed in closed session that, for example, negotiations, personnel, student.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Very good. Corey, would you like to give us a student board report?
Really, there's not much to report. That the next time that I'll be meeting with the ASP presidents is on November 13th. So if there's anything you guys would like for me to go over with the ASP presidents, I'd be happy to get that information. Also, on a more personal note, last Friday, Cabrillo had our homecoming. And the realization that I'm a senior is finally sinking in, because this is my last homecoming as ASP president, so it was a very emotional night. We did, however, not win the game. Jordan Panthers defeated us in overtime. That's okay though, but it was a very exciting night, and the week was great. I just wish that I was able to get in contact with Mr. Felton Williams so that he could have attended the actual homecoming festivities.
I was in San Diego.
Thank you, Corey. I'd like to end, if I may, by I hope this will bring a little joy to your heart as it did to mine. This is the third year in a row that I participated as a pen pal with Daniel Lippick's third grade class at Patrick Henry. So my new pen pal is a delightful little lady, Athena Katona-Roa. Dear Mr. John Meyer, hi, my name is Athena and I like to draw. At recess, I always play on the bars. I have many friends at school. At my house, I have 2 kittens. One is named Smokey, the other Duma. I have a brother and his name is Braxton. I don't have a sister. My best 3 friends are Kelly, Julia, and Adriana. Those are my best friends. I always eat in the cafeteria. Love, Athena. Any announcements? We'll next meet then on the 21st of November. Thank you very much.
We always like an update on your policy.
Oh, resolutions.
So when you